Pisces, how you doing? I've got my eye on you, Al, Steve. I've got my eye on you, Alison, or Stephen, and I've got my eye on alchemy. Someone's got their eye on alchemy, but like or alcohol. I don't know, but I've got my eye on you, Alison. I keep hearing Alison. I've got my eye on you, or eye on lion. Something to do with Leo. I've got my eye on you, Leo, or Leo's got their eye on you. But they just keep saying I've got my eye on you, unless this iron levels. I think somebody came up with this before, for channeled wise, was something to do with iron levels. I've got my Simon or Cynthia, Steve, Sarah. But I've got my eye on you. Like someone just keeps putting their eye on someone. Like I've got my eye on you, young man. So there might be something to do around your child if you've got children, or your mother and you are a child and your mother just keeps an eye on you constantly all the time, or your grandparents. And so I think I had this notion before where I felt like I was actually channeling like a Pisces child, but like a young one. So I keep hearing like I'm just young, something to do with Adam and Eve, Adam and or Evie, Steve, Eve or Steve, but Adam and Eve, Gemini, like a Gemini. But I've got my eye on you, Steve. I've got my eye on you, Steve, and I've got my eye on you. Like I've got my eye on you, young man. No matter where you go or what you do, I've always got my eye on you, and you are not getting away from me because everywhere you go, I keep my eye on you. So I don't know. I mean, do you have physical children, or are you a child that gets pissed off with your mum keep fucking like constantly keeping their eye on you? Because it feels like that no matter what you do or where you go, this person always like ends up saying. Because I can hear a mother saying, "I've got my eye on you, young man." It's like, oh, for God's sake, look, and I'm just trying to get into the kitchen. It's like, no, I got my eye on you, and I got my eye on you too. And because whichever way it is, I'm picking up like a 7, so a life path number 7 or a Cancerian. But I'm hearing I've got my eye on, like, because I keep picking up like a lot of myxomatosis, something to do with a rabbit, or abbot, or a habit. I've got my eye on my habit. So some of you are trying to break a habit, and you've got your eye on it, meaning like, I've got my eye on the tiger, something to do with around Leo, or an 8, an Aquarius also, because that would be an 8. But I've got my eye on my habit, just to make sure that I don't lapse, or relapse. If there's anything to do with drugs, or alcohol, or food, or anything, but I've got my eye on my levels. Okay, so some of you might be doing, like I do, angel radio music and stuff like that, and I've got my eye on my levels to make sure they don't go any high. Some of you have probably got like sugar levels, and you're making sure that your level doesn't go above maximum, or the name Max or Maxine, or I've got my eye on a vaccine, or something to do with around COVID and all this sort of stuff, or Cody. I keep hearing codeine. So codeine. So somebody really could be taking tablets, and I've got my eye on my tablet level. Okay, something to do with that. Like they keep saying I've got my eye on my levels. So whatever it is that's rising up, something to do around Leo or Aquarius person, number 8, or life path number 8. You can also, sorry Pisces, you can also watch this as a life path number 3. If you're cross-watching or whatever and you're a life path number 3, you can also watch this. But I've got my eye on my levels to make sure that everything's going up. Like, it's all going up, it's all going up and up and up and up and up. So something's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's like this crunch time. Well, people keep wanting me to go live when I hit a certain amount of subscribers, which I said I would do. But, like, I don't know, like, I keep watching my levels go up and 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 up. Or an epinephrine pin, or epineph, Steph, Steve, or like epinephrine, like an EpiPen. So somebody really could be like keeping an eye on bipolar, or like, well, I don't think you can take anything for bipolar, can you? I don't know. But like, I keep hearing like somebody that might have sugar levels or something, and I have to keep an eye on my weight, or I have to keep an eye on my level. Okay, but iron levels. I keep saying like I have to keep an eye on my iron levels. So has somebody got like an iron deficiency? I think we came up with this before. Like I have a certain deficiency that means that I have to keep an eye on it. And I can't slip. Okay, so I can't like let it go above maximum. Well, that would also be a clip. So some of this could be coming through with music, because normally when you make music you have a limiter, okay, and you make sure it doesn't clip. So you, like if you're making a beat and you go boom, 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 boom. So I have actually ordered something. So I am a Pisces, by the way. So I'm always in my own messages. I'm sorry, but I am. So, like, unless your name's I am. Okay, but like, I keep doing this like. Well, if you're clipping, you'll get a and it'll click. And so it's making sure that there's a limiter on it. So basically, then some of you could be Glenn from the Glen, Scotland. Someone from Scotland or something like that, keeping my eye on my levels, or like keeping a cap on it. Something to do a Capricorn, or like making sure I don't overspend. Like I've got a limit of how much I can spend, and I've got a limit, okay, and I can't go over it. I can't go over my quota and over my limit. So it might be, I don't know, some of you probably try not to earn so much so you don't have to pay in tax. Or like you've got your tax references coming up and there's something to do with around profit margins and limits and my limitations, or someone taking liberties, or the name Libby, okay, or Libyan, amphibians. Some of you might be into guanas or amphibians, snakes, spiders or something. But like a guana, someone could be fucking smoking the marijuana. Marijuana is a marijuana from a marijuana, like it's a smoking a marijuana. Some of you just smoking the herb. And you got your eye on your levels because you might be actually like baking it. Because music would be cooking up. So, yeah, some of you are like looking at the levels of temperature to make sure that the heat or the cooling level or something to do with that, like I don't know, I keep picking up like, is it too cold or is it too hot? Is it too hot or is it too cold? You really got something to do with around Leo or Aquarius, but like, is it too hot? Is it too cold? Is it too hot? I mean, is it fucking when you're cooking? And like porridge, like, is it too hot or is it too cold? Is it too hot or is it? I mean, you could even be dealing with like what I have been, which is is a fucking whatever they call air conditioner. But like is it too hot or is it too cold? Is it too hot or is it too cold? So I can see something like this, like a thermometer, okay, like a thermometer, and you're kind of like, is it too hot or is it too cold? Is it too hot or is it too cold? So some of you, it could even be a simple message of an air conditioner, aircon, okay. I'm also hearing Con Air as well, Connor. So then Connor or Con Air. So who was in Con Air, whatever his name was, from Raisin, Arizona. So he could be from Arizona. Whatever his name was, I forget what his name was now. Con Air. I keep hearing Connor though, the name Connor. Sorry if I'm like, if y'all guys, I'm going to probably do this anyway. In the Aquarius reading, there was a seance pretty much like what you had before. And I feel you guys have got a hell of a lot of references with Aquarians. Okay, because you should be in Vedic anyway, in Aquarian. So I would watch the Aquarius reading because there was a seance in there, and I think I channeled, I don't know, I think there was probably about 15 to 16 spirits that actually all bombarded me at once. I actually spoke to my brother, my father, named Barry, also loads of different people, so you have to watch the Aquarian one, but I'm absolutely drained through that. I ain't kidding you, I passed out after that reading. I literally passed out. So, I don't know, like, I don't know, these sugar levels or something that you've got and it makes you pass out, or like you're, like for me for instance, like the amount of effort and time that it takes to do all of this, like honest to God, when I tell you that I've done that Aquarian reading, that was me like first reading out, bump, loads of energy, giving all of what I've got, and then channeled a load of deceased loved ones and everything else for people, and then boom, my levels, my like energy level had gone. So it's like trying to work around something that I am actually planning on doing actually myself around this channel, is doing something to make sure that you don't burn out, okay, that you don't have a burnout. So making sure if you're cooking that you don't like make it too hot and that it doesn't burn, that it's not too cold and that it cooks quicker. But it's kind of like I want something that works quicker and easier, but it's more efficient. So you really could be dealing with another Pisces, or it is yourself. And I really don't want to hit burnout, and I don't want to like overextend the amount of like energy that I'm putting in, and I need to like work whatever it is out where I can, like not like if you're a channeler or something like this, like it, you know, it really can exhaust you. So work can, and no matter what you do, something to do around a Cancerian exhaust pipe. So some of you might be old smoking a pipe, or a python if you're into snakes, or a car. You need your car fixing, exhaust pipe or something around your car, okay, that might need fixing. A pipe, something to do with a pipe or exhaust fumes or something like fumes. Well, it's kind of making me think, but that's okay because it's insulated. There's a huge pipe for an air conditioning unit. So, like some of you, like I said, you might be work where you bake cakes or bake, or like a bakery, or the name baker or baker's man, okay, and you bake and you have to keep your eye on the level of it is what it is that you're cooking, because it's constantly checking the heat or the levels of hot and cold is what I'm hearing. Okay, but also through that, some of you are basically just making sure that you don't over-exhaust yourself, okay, exhaust yourself. So that would be people like me that, like I said, when I'm doing certain amounts of readings and stuff like that, I can really spend all of my energy doing certain things, and it's yeah, kind of like that. But like I said, for me in this channel, what I really want to do is focus on the tarot card readings for Patreon for a month or so. Just tarot card readings for Patreon, not this one. And then do something else that I've got lined up for this channel here for YouTube. Star sign specific. But like that, like I need to work out something that I can do where I'm not going to get so fucking exhausted all of the time, and that it's easier to work with or work for. Or even like, say if you work somewhere and it's too hot, like you want an air conditioning unit. Or something like that. What else have I got for Pisces? Pisces. Yeah, okay, so I've got my eye on you. So that's what I heard for a start. Like I've got my eye on the prize, and I've got my eye on what I want. So I don't know if you've got someone that has got their eye on you. It's like I'm keeping my eye on you just to make sure that you've changed your mind, or if you've changed your mind, or if you look any different, or I don't know, because you could even be keeping an eye on someone's Facebook, or they are you, or I don't know, whatever it is that's multimedia, but they're saying, I am constantly keeping my eye on somebody. Now, I don't know if this is you or the other person. I could never really tell you. But I keep hearing, like, I'm always keeping my eye on you to see if you've changed anything. Or I'm always keeping my eye on you to see. It's kind of like I'm trying to get an inverted message without doing it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always keeping my eye on you just to make sure that you're okay. Like constantly keep checking up on a person just to make sure they're okay. I mean, are they physically ill and this is like someone's temperature level? Or that you work like at a hospital and you like shove a thermometer straight in their mouth. And like I'm just like checking on the red level, and like, because I keep seeing like the red going, like putting it in someone's mouth, the thermometer, and the red bit comes out. But like, I'm seeing a dog's lipstick anyway. But like I'm just checking on your knob. I'm just checking on your knob just to see if it's got any bigger. I mean, really? What's that? I'm just checking on Rob or Robert or Robinson, Steve Robinson. But I'm just checking on your knob just to see if it's got any bigger. I mean, knobs don't get bigger. Well, they do, but they don't, if you know what I'm saying. They do. What the fuck? And hell, Pisces, you guys don't normally have this. The smut. I'm just keeping an eye on your knob just to see if it's got any bigger. Well, they do get bigger, but they actually don't get bigger once they've got to their maximum size. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, well, are you a grower or are you a shower? Like, someone could be growing marijuana and laughing their fucking ass off to that one. Well, that might be something I'm having on my t-shirt. That somebody's sticking their bingo dobber in someone else and they're shouting ear, and they are, because they got their legs spread from ear to ear. Get it? Sorry, Pisces. That was an actual joke that I came out with in the Aquarian reading that I made up myself. I think that's a fucking good one, really. Somebody's sticking their bingo dobber in someone. So, unless that is my red level and my blue level, like I'm sort of like sticking my dobber on like red level, blue, like red, blue, you sunk my battleship. So you really could be dealing with like a 6, Gemini, Capricorn. But like someone that keeps doing that, like dobbing things, like dobbing or robbing. But like I keep dobbing, like dobber. You're right, dobber. Or someone that's called dobber. Donna. Sorry, Donna. I'm keeping my eye on Donna. I don't know what this is, unless you are literally going to bingo. And I'm keeping my eye on my dobber because you stole my pen. Or like, I'm keeping an... I don't know. I think you've probably got someone keeping their eye on you, or you are them. That's all I can really do. Them, Emily, Melissa, Maria, Matilda, Melina, Melissa, Mel, Kim, Kimberly, Kimbo, Kim Bolton from Kim Bolton, Michael Bolton, Michelle, Michael Bolton, Mandy, and Mandy, you came and you left me with, you see me today, oh man, I haven't fucking heard that in ages. It did come up in another one though. But I need you today, oh Mandy. Oh Mandy, I need you, Mandy, is what I'm hearing. Oh Mandy, I need you a minute. Mandy. Mandy, I need you. Mandy, I need you. I'm keeping my eye on you, young man. Somebody's keeping their eye on a young bit of pussy, is what I'm hearing. Like, I've got my eye on a young bit of pussy. So, which is like a Leo, right? Maybe? I've got my eye on a young piece of pussy. What the fuck is that? I've got my eye on you. All they keep saying is I've got my eye on you. That's roughly it. So you must be dealing with a Leo. Someone that's slightly younger. So a cougar. There you go then. Or cougar. Like a cougar. So someone that's older, that is pretty much after someone that's a bit younger or slightly younger. But I'm hearing a cougar. So a cat, a Leo. Something to do with cougar. Cougar. Freddy Krueger. Actually came up in Aquarian reading. Freddy Krueger. 5, 6, never, yeah. Grab your crucifix. Some of you are like religious. Fred. No, it's all coming through in the Aquarian reading. I'm not going to channel all those. Sorry, Fred. Ted, dead, in a bed. Fred, there's someone that's called Ted. And Fred. If you want those messages and you haven't seen it, watch the Aquarius reading, alright? I'm sure all of you little fish out there anyway are Aquarians, or you have an 8 placement. And if you're not, just watch it because you would be in Vedic. If you are a Pisces in Vedic, you would be a Aquarian. So just basically watch Aquarius reading, Pisces, because all of those messages that they're trying now to get me to do, and I can't do it again because I am exhausted, is just basically watch the Aquarian reading if you're looking for deceased loved one messages, and that relates to anybody that's watching this one for Pisces, okay, because there were loads there, and I might try and just put it out as an actual video for everybody, but I have to take out obviously a bit where I'm calling out Aquarian, right? But they're there anyway. So Pisces, let's see. 4 of Swords, there it is. 3, 4, knock on your door. I'm hearing 3, 4, knock on your door. 5, 6, pick up your crucifix. Give me a fix. Okay, somebody could have actually put someone to rest here, and that might be why I've been doing seances through the Aquarian reading, because this is Scorpio, okay? And in the Aquarius reading, which could be relating to anything, I've been doing a lot of seances of picking up spirits, but all of them were all in the Aquarian reading this morning. I haven't got the resources to do it now. Some of you might not have the resources to do what you want to do, but or the name Reese or Rihanna or Resource or something to do with saucy. Just put some salt on it. Some of you are batshit crazy as fuck and you're putting salt all around the room because you think the Jalians are coming. That's actually going to be one of my t-shirts. The Jalians are coming. I've been looking into it, but man, there's a lot of work in order to get some t-shirts going, really. I'll look into it, but yeah. something to do with putting something to rest, like somebody could have actually died here, and someone's going to visit a memorial site or a grave site, or someone's in mourning, is what I keep hearing, mourning, or the Mormons. The Mormons are all up in here. So there's some Jewish people out, but like Mormons, I keep hearing the Mormons. Mormon. Church, take me to church. Yeah, but somebody could have been going to church just naturally, or Natalie? You're right, Natalie, you're in the background there still. But like natural. Somebody really could have actually lost a person here though, but my advice would be just watch the Aquarian reading, Pisces. I'm really going to have to start doing you guys first, I reckon, because every time it comes to Pisces, if I exhausted all of my energy getting to number 12. Let's see, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node for August. 5. I'm hearing C, Lucy, Lucifer, something to do around a Capricorn or a Gemini. You see, fucking always do you feel as if I'm being disturbed. Someone could be mentally disturbed, physically disturbed, or just like doesn't want disturbing. But this could be definitely around where you live though. This is definitely more likely at home here. Okay, because I don't want disturbing. Okay, or somebody thinks that you don't want disturbing. Now, the irony basically is, because isn't this ironic? When I was doing Sagittarius reading and saying how much conflict and 5 that there was up in their reading, and there was a hell of a lot of confusion through me actual channeling, there was a stupid fucking idiot that actually came up and said, "Oh, what an absolute load of shit, crap, bollocks. Didn't you consider just reading tarot cards? You're an absolute joke." Sagittarius Taurus person. 5. Actually predicted the own reading, what I was doing. He actually watched the reading, got pissed off of it, fed up, decided to leave a comment, and actually through the reading I was trying to explain about people bitching and moaning. That person, right up there. So, up there, mothers. But like, or your mum, just constantly like, I don't know, makes you feel really uncomfortable, or just like, every time do I try to take a break or a breather, you end up going, you know, is it safe yet to go out the door? Like, oh, I don't know, they probably heard that I've opened the door. Oh, just come in to check in. And you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, bruv. You're always checking up on me. Every time do I come out of my place of sanctuary of being a fish, do I come out, and then as soon as I do I just fucking wake up in the morning wanting a bit of breakfast and a bit of peace, and suddenly, there you are. Right, actually that song came out. Suddenly, life has no meaning to me. There's beauty in the world. Yeah, something to do with Billy Ocean, or the name Billy. Came out through. I'm also hearing, Billy, don't be a hero. Don't be a fool with your life. Cause Billy's starting to show. He said he's not pretty at all. Billy, don't be a hero, come back to me. Somebody wants you to come back. Baby, come back. They want you to come back. But, yeah, it's like when I leave this room, the moment do I walk out the door where I feel safe and secluded away from everybody and at peace, does some motherfucker come along to disturb my peace. This is disturbed. The sound of silence, it's absolutely fucking deafening. Okay, which is like every time do I set foot outside or anything that is wooden that goes, a person hears it and you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, they've heard the door handle go. Fuck, they've heard the door open. Oh God, they've heard me open a cupboard door, and they get up and they're like, oh, just come in just to make sure. And you're like, fuck, bruv. Steve literally just channeled all of this shit around someone keep checking up on me all the time. In my levels, it's a fucking Sagittarian. There you go. Here, keep checking up is pissing somebody off. So it's kind of like, well, I just keep checking up on the person I can't stand. Or I'm just trying to, there's probably that twat in the background there, I think. Can't stand the channel, but can't get away from it at the same time. You couldn't escape your own breath, bruv. But like, here, it's kind of like, you know, every time do I come out of the room, does this person make me feel uncomfortable? Because they're constantly around me all the time. 5, they're around me all the time. That's what I'm saying. This cannot be like your metaphysical love part. This has to be where it is that you are that makes you feel really uncomfortable. Because the moment you do or say anything of being a fish, do you get fucking blamed for being a fish? Right, Pisces? So like, you know, I have a lot of competition. People are always fucking bitching and moaning. Or do I open the door and go out into the hallway and then here comes Johnny? And there's sort of like a Virgo maybe. Or like, you know, there's just this person just makes you feel they won't leave you alone. It's a bit like, you know, when you like going in the kitchen, right? And you just love, me, I love it. If I'm in the kitchen, I prefer to be on my own when I'm in the kitchen. Because when I'm cooking and everything else, I really don't want disturbing, and I like just being in the kitchen and cooking and like washing up and doing all my stuff that I have to do. And I don't really like anyone around me at all, really, because I have a Scorpio rising, right? So I really don't like being bothered when I'm on my own and I'm in my own little bubble and in my own little world, and I've kind of got my head focused on what it is that I'm doing and think, okay, so oven on, blah, 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 get this out, get that out, blah, 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 get this out, okay, I've got to wash that up, okay, put the hot tub, you know, going through your process of your mind. And then as you do, someone comes straight in behind you and you're like, man, y'all just put me off, just doing my own shit. What do you want now? And it's a 5. They feel like they don't. Bruv, don't get me started again. But like that they can't leave you alone, because a 5 of Wands here. It's a 5 of Wands, but it could be a 5 of Pentacles. It could be a 5 of Swords for all I give a shit. But it's still a 5. It can also relate to Taurus or Sagittarius because it is a 5, right? So it's either someone around this person constantly all of the time, or it's someone that's around this energy. Or you are a Sagittarian Scorpio energy itself, you have Sagittarius or a Taurus and Scorpio all in your chart, and there's someone around you that's making you feel really uncomfortable of where you are, okay? That would be the main focus of the actual signs itself that are around this person, is the Sagittarius, Taurus, Scorpio, okay? So what we're looking at is that this person then uses the 5 of Swords, has a go at you because you want leaving alone, makes you feel vulnerable, the fact that you want leaving alone, so they won't leave you alone. They check up on you, and the moment you say something, they have a fuse and they light, and then they're basically fucking gone off like a skyrocket, and they've blamed somebody, or they're like having a go at you for basically just wanting to be peaceful. And when you do, when you're at peace, they disturb you. This person could be physically, mentally disturbed itself completely and utterly, or like they just like disturbing one's peace. Like basically when you want to be on your own, you tell them that you want to be on your own. They're like, oh, okay, then no, you want to be on your own, do you? Okay? Or like, I can see it. Or like, you know, whenever you want to be on your own, they won't leave you alone. So it's, oh, you want to be on your own then? Oh, I've just got something to say about it. And you're like, oh, God, here we fucking go. Oh, so you got time to listen then, I know. Someone's got a grumpy grangs, grumpy granny. I've got a grumpy granny. Someone keeps fucking moaning all of the time. Bitch and moan, bitch and moan, bitch and moan. Well, in my eyes, fuck 'em. That's Sagittarius. I'm calling a spade a fucking spade. You know? Bitch and moan, bitch and moan, bitch and moan, bitch and moan. Might as well call yourself Nina Simone, for fuck's sake. The birds in the trees. See, it's in Aquarius reading. You know how I feel, but no. You'll have to watch the Aquarius reading. It was different. Do you know how I feel? No. Well, what I do feel is pissed off when you keep coming out with all this bollocks. That's how I feel. Oh, well, if that's the way you feel, yeah, well, I do feel that way, bruv. I want leaving alone. What do you not get about silence? When silence is very uncomfortable and someone comes in and they're like, oh God, I can't stand the silence, I'm going to have to fucking talk quite a lot. And you're like, no, bruv, that's actually what I'm kind of meaning by silence, is that I don't want to talk. Oh no, I get very uncomfortable around silence. Well then, what the fuck are you in here for? Piss off. And they're kind of like, oh, do you know what I mean? Like, I like silence, I like being, because this is personal, this is me all day long. Scorpio rising, okay? I'm quiet, I'm reserved, I basically want leaving alone. I do not want this bollocks in my life. 5, okay? So I'm very private. I'm a very private person. If I don't want to talk, I won't talk. If I want to be very quiet and I'm reserved and I've got things going on in my head, I want to be very quiet. If I don't want to talk, it's because I don't want to talk, right? There can be a person around you that, oh, well, I don't fucking get the fact that you just want to keep things private. We want to talk about the fucking neighbours and everybody else all the time. I'm really fucking bothered, bruv. It didn't bother me. Leave me the fuck alone. I want to be quiet. Right? It's right here, Pisces. Pisces, Moon rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node. This is a typical world of Pisces. Fucking some other mug wanting something. You know. But trust me, Pisces, y'all been all over the channel where everyone's saying, no, it's the narc Pisces. And then other people that are like, no, it's the narc other person. I can sort it out amongst yourselves. I know what this means to me and who this fucker is. Oh, dear, bruv. Anyway, Pisces, Sun, rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node, 4 August for Pisces. Fucking hell. I feel like I'm fucking smothered to death. I just can't get away from this person quick enough. It's kind of like, man, I don't mind being around you for like, I don't know, 4 minutes or like 4 seconds, but 4 seconds seems to be enough before your fucking fuse is lit and you fucking had a go at somebody. So it's kind of like, I can be around you for about 4 seconds, yeah. It's like, oh, we got a second? I can see it, like somebody like, have you got a second? I just want you for a second, you know. Yeah, and you know when you're just kind of trying to walk away by not listening to this 5 and you're like, yeah, I'm actually just, right, yeah, like, yeah, so what is it? Like, and you're trying to fucking walk away, but someone keeps trying to pull you back and keeps trying to pull you back into this 8 of being uncomfortable. You're like, oh man, you're making me feel fucking uncomfortable. Like, what is it? Just get to the fucking point. Just get to, well, I don't want to get to the point straight away. Just, and you're like, oh, bruv, like, I'm filling up now, like, fucking just hurry up and get to the point. Like, you know, I'm a Scorpio rising. I like to get to the end quite quickly because I already know, you know, I can talk to a lot of people anyway, not just because I'm psychic, but the fact that some people in life, they start right at the beginning and you're kind of like, fucking hell, bruv, how long is this story going to take? A bit like me and my channel. Well, if you don't like it, then piss off. All right? But like, because it's entertainment. If you want more and this person's bitching and moaning, well then you have to go over to Patreon. You know, it's not fucking free. I don't know why it is that some other bitch started saying that they think that YouTubers get paid a fucking racket. You do if you got 2 million subscribers, you do get paid a fortune. Not by a small channel like my fucker. So piss off, keep moaning. Sorry, Pisces, I'm going to get it in the ear roll. I'm channeling it, but you're not a fucking channeler. Oh dear, people get on my fucking nerves. They don't got no idea what it's like owning a fucking YouTube channel, bruv. Go and ask Natalie, I'm sure she knows how difficult that is. Well, no, actually, for the bad people, don't go. No, don't. I don't want to get her involved, bless her. But like, you got no idea. But like, you know, oh, I've lost my fucking flow moaning now. That's what I'm saying, bruv. Someone's disturbed here, and they're disturbing someone's peace, okay? And every time you try to get away from this person, they just try to draw you back into like this way of like, oh man, I'm like, just please get to the end of the story. You don't have to start right from the beginning because your beginning part of the someone's really moaning about this channel. Fuck off somewhere else. Oh, bruv, man. Like, I've known people in life, right? They try to grab your attention. They're physically in life. They're not on a YouTube channel, right? And they're physically in life. And they can try to grab your attention when you're trying to be quiet and you're trying to be reserved and you're trying to be away from someone. And when they start a conversation, they start off a conversation that you already kind of know what the ending is because it's so boring, okay? And you're kind of like, man, this is so boring. I've kind of gone over this so many times, blah, 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 so on and so forth. I know exactly what the outcome's going to be. I know the fact that you're going to, like, fly off the fucking handle the moment I talk to you. You're never fucking satisfied whether my answer be yes or no. And because it isn't, I was bored before I even fucking turned up. Well, that's probably that twat that was fucking in the Sagittarian reading moaning like a bitch. So that's probably that person, right? So people like that, just like, I ain't got no patience. That's patience. Sagittarius, I ain't got no patience to sit around and wait for all this bollocks. I've got to just talk about myself all the time. And then because I have to talk about myself all the time, no one's really interested in me talking about myself. And why is everybody not fucking here? Because I'm talking about myself. Because no fucker's interested. No one's fucking interested. So that's why I said through the Sagittarius reading when I was channeling. And that's probably why this is happening in here. Is I keep feeling somebody's constantly talking about themselves. Like, I don't know why I had this feeling that someone was on a channel or something, making someone feel awful about a channel, about the channel that they were doing. Jesus, fuck, the lights have just gone out, the electric's just gone out. Is it still recording? Fucking hell, bruv. I'm going to have to record, I'm going to have to turn this off. The electric's just fucking gone off. So I'll be back in a minute. Oh, Pisces, how you doing? So did you see that, or did I cut it out that the lights, everything just went off, my computer's turned off, the lights went off, all the alarms around the street and the town literally all just started going a wooga, a wooga, a wooga. Some idiot is pretty much dug down up the street and pretty much hit a electric thing or something and it's all gone off. So anyway, we're back. You're right, Pisces. So as I was saying, more than like this channel or whatever it is, somebody's moaning about somebody's channel or stuff like that, or kind of like giving someone a hell of a lot of shit and making them feel really uncomfortable. I just can't seem to get out or away from this. Well, the trouble is when you do YouTube, you have to have tough skin and you have to deal with these idiots that in life that pretty much come up your way. Like I said, the majority of this is coming from around a Sagittarian placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, or it is around them, okay? So, like I said, if you're watching and stuff like that, you could have a lot of issues going on with your folks, with your parent, with your mother or your father, someone that you live with, and then there's also an energy here of someone that you can't also live without, because there's an energy of like conflict of one's mind of thinking, what am I now going to do on my own if I actually want to be with someone? And there could have been a recent breakup, there could have definitely been an argument, there's been a lot of like stuff kind of floating around here of who's right and who's wrong, kind of like two whites don't make a one. Someone could be from China, okay, or Japan or something like that, but like two rights don't make a wrong, and I wasn't right and you wasn't right and neither of us are, and we never seem to be on the same page. We don't really have too much well, I'm hearing that people that live at home with this person, you don't have fucking anything in common with this person at home. Like, this is, you know, like you can explain anything esoteric to this person, but it would pretty much land on deaf ears, okay? Someone that you just can't talk to about things that you want to talk to. The moment you do, you just pretty much hit the 0 to 0, right? So they lash out mentally and physically because they just don't get the fact that you could have a north and south placement here, and it just causes that much havoc. It's more of a push and pull, and you make me sick, and we just don't talk, we don't speak, and we just basically, what's the word? We basically just get by just by skipping over major conversations, just trying to get away from the person as quick as you can. Let's just quickly skip to the end. You know, let's just quickly skip to the end. You see, these are Pisces that are all gone batshit crazy, or people that, oh, quick, let's just skip to the end and find out what the result is so I can quickly go off to another one and not even find an answer there either. That's what I'm saying. Trust me, if you're doing that and you're skipping through videos and you're not, you know, you're not really giving anybody any content of like worth of watching the video, and then you're going off to another channel and another channel and another channel, y'all lost your fucking mind if you're doing that. If you're going around multiple different channels, you know, you're not really going to find an answer to it, because you could have been told it and it still isn't satisfactory enough. That's what I'm saying. This person that actually blamed me in the Sagittarian reading shouldn't really be a person that should be watching tarot, because they've got no idea what it's like to actually be a medium and a channeler and a person to actually have one. Because as soon as I clicked on their channel, they had no picture of themselves whatsoever, basically a name that wasn't their own, and no content was on their channel whatsoever. But they do like to bitch and moan at other people that have it, and they have no idea what it's like to actually be a medium and how difficult that is. Ask Natalie, okay? But how difficult that actually is. Okay, so these people and that person basically that bitched and moaned at me being a Pisces actually has nowhere near, should really be watching tarot at all, because don't understand it, is bitching and moaning at people doing free stuff for people, and is so disrespectful towards what they get free that they'll never be satisfied. So they will never be satisfied in a relationship, that person. So that's advice for you, my friend, the person that was bitching and moaning at me on my channel. I don't think you'll ever be satisfied with any kind of customer or person that you ever get with. Because if your attitude is of someone that you're watching for free, bitching and moaning, I can assure you that you ain't going to be a great contender of a fucking relationship. Not a stable one at that, right? There you go. There seems to be a message there for somebody, whoever that is, whether they be in the background or not. There definitely doesn't seem to be any talking here and stuff like that, and any real signs of like true communication either. Even if it's with an ex, I don't feel there's any communication. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Oh, and I will tell you, for all these people that are also going on about COVID, there is 3 people that have all now that have not had the COVID jab. None of them. They are all on Facebook, blah, blah, blah. We're not having the COVID jab. Everybody's full of computers and you're all stupid lot for actually having them. All of those people, they have now gone up the pub when football was on in England, when England was playing. Okay, I think it was a draw in the end. When England were playing, all of these people actually went up to the boozer and the pub and all started drinking and fucking everything else and blah, 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 all up the pub. All of them are now got COVID. All of them now have COVID-19. And all of these people that didn't have their actual COVID jab, they're all now putting out apologies because they're all been rushed into hospital. There was one person out of all of them that actually did have the COVID jab. At home, feels slightly ill. The other 3 people that were all didn't have the actual COVID jab, that caught it, they're all now intensive care, can't breathe. And they're all now pretty much, all of their families are all now put apologies on Facebook and apologising the fact that what that really is like to have it when not having the COVID jab, right? So there y'all go. Y'all make your own choices if it's to do with that. But like I said, there are many people now that I know that haven't had it, have caught it, and now they're pretty much on death's door, right? I've had both of mine, right? I mean, this is God's honest fucking truth, right? The people that are all going on about, do you not know they're putting supercomputers into your fucking brain and into your blood system? You're on YouTube. You have a phone, right? You have a phone or a computer. Do you not think that you have tracking cookies? Why is it the moment that you watch something on YouTube and you watch tarot that you'll get 1,000 different other recommendations of tarot or stuff like that? Or you go on Google and you look up like fucking lipstick or something, and then suddenly on your actual like Facebook you've got 1,000 different adverts of fucking different shades of lipstick. Why is that? Because the government tracks you no matter what you do. Unless you want to go into primitive behaviour and move into the fucking woods and just live out the mud, you know, you're being tracked fucking daily. If you're using anything electrical and you're all on phones and anybody's bitching and moaning about the COVID-19 and being tracked by fucking aliens and shit like that, well then y'all really need to get rid of your phone and chuck it in the bin real quick and move into the woods, right? Go and play with the bears and stuff like that. Fucking, what is wrong with people, man? You're being tracked no matter what you do. People are, oh my god, I'm being tracked and stalked like for fucking gang stalking. Fuck, people lose their mind. They watch too much bollocks. You know, fucking absolutely lost. This person's been cheating on me for like 15 years and I need to know if they're coming back. The fuck do you want them back for? That should be your answer. Are they coming back? No. 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 Pisces. Oh dear me, bruv. 7 of Pentacles. I'm waiting no longer. Somebody's not playing the waiting game here. Could be a Piscean, not. But like, yeah, I'm not fucking around and I'm not fucking messing about anymore. I'm getting frustrated with seeing this, not really like investing into something and not really seeing much value out of it. Like I'm not really getting much from it. These are all people that are taking everything for free as well. But like I'm not really getting any value out of this. I need to go somewhere else. Or like I'm not getting value. Some of you are really struggling and you're not working at all. Like you're really not working. Or the relationship's not working. Or the arguments and stuff that you're doing is not working. And this waiting game and this equivocal energy of just knowing that this person's probably just going to flip like that, and you're like, man, I'm just waiting for that day in order for you to say one thing that's fucking wrong, right? And the moment that you do, we're going to go straight back into this. The moment you say or do anything wrong, I'm going to be fucking persecuted for it and held against my will. Okay, so I'm sick to death of waiting around for fucking other people. I'm basically just going to do whatever I want. Okay, so it's kind of like that. In order to see things grow and invest, you have to do something also different if it isn't. Okay, but like this waiting game for this person to change, a lot of you are just constantly waiting for a person to change, realizing, well, you need to wake up and realize that they don't. You know, especially if you're dealing with a Scorpio and you want a Scorpio to change. Now they'll change their life, but they won't change as a person, you know, because they are what they are. Like I said, if you can ever meet a person and basically just let them be a controlling person, right? If you're with a knock, then no. But if you're with a person that is basically just wants to do what they want, then that's the best way of ever really getting on with anybody. Because when you're in a full-time committed relationship, you can't really just have a couple of days break from a person to like be a man and think, you know what, bro, all I want to do is like focus on my music and fucking everything else, and I really don't want anybody moaning and bitching or like keeping me under lock and key and keeping me stopping from just basically working and investing and trying to build things up and trying to get my business going and everything else. So I really need a bit of time. If you're in a marriage or you're in a relationship itself and you want to do that, unfortunately, more likely the other person isn't happy with the fact that you don't want to spend time with them all of the time. So if you can ever really find a person that can pretty much let you have like a couple of 3 days break away from the actual relationship itself and not really contact and just kind of like let things go really easy, that works so much better in a relationship. But normally when people get in a relationship, they focus that much on the person that why are they not speaking? How come they didn't message today? How come the whole day went and I never really heard from you? What was you doing? Why were you doing it? Why were you not thinking of me? I was thinking about you. How come you've basically been at work all day concentrating on things that may not have even fucking been about the person, but they were just concentrating on something else? Then someone loses their fucking shit because they're not concentrated on that person, because they have their own life. They have their own life to lead. And if you can let someone lead their own life, there was 11:11 on the clock. If you can learn to basically let someone lead their own life to be whoever they want to be, you'll get on so much better with them. Obviously, if you're dealing with someone that cheats, lies, manipulates and steals, then why the fuck are you still watching for the person? You see, you shouldn't be wanting the person back that has been cheating on you and is having their cake and eating it and offering sticking their dobber in someone else. Of course you don't want them back. And if you do, then you need boundaries. Because you need to wake the fuck up and start realising that that's really not is really not for your highest good, right? So you know, how long is a piece of string? Forever. How long is space? Right. So someone wants space. They probably live on Mars or something, or they've gone. But like you could be on break. You could be giving each other some space. But if you're a Pisces here and you've got a question and a burning desire, one of like, is this person ever going to float back into my arms? Or then why the fuck is it the fact that you're not picking up the phone and reaching out to them? Right. Why is it that you're not reaching out? I had that by someone. Some people like to ask like questions in the comment section. I think I did reply to someone. Can you tell me if this twin flame blah 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 is ever really coming back? Well, one, why the fuck is it that the fact that you want this Z twin flame that you also said that they manipulated and went off with someone else, but your first question was, can you tell me if they're ever coming back? Well, one, why the fuck is it that you want them? And two, if they did come back, would you just be able to forget all the lying and cheating and deceits and argument? Would you be able to forget all of that? Because some people have this notion in life that someone goes off, changes, and then comes back as a different fucking person. This is not like Transformers, right? People don't fly off to other people, learn lessons, and then come back changed. They still are who they are, you know. You end up being the same person. You can't hide from you. That's the one thing that you can't hide from. One, me, and two, you can't hide from yourself. Because it soon shows. Your true colours and your true nature starts to show who you are when amongst people. On your fucking own, you can be who the fuck you want. It doesn't normally matter. It's when you're in a relationship and around people, when people's colours truly shine, that they cannot hide their aggression and the person that they truly are. That's the doors of perception. When they're cleansed, things will appear, and people will also appear. Who they truly are in life is when you get to see who they really are. Okay, and if you know who they truly are and they're a complete and utter manipulating, lying arsehole cheater, then why are you with this person? Or why do you actually feel as if you want them back if they are? Ask yourself the question, don't ask me it. Okay, So that's your reading so far, Pisces. I'm sorry for the fucking delay in the actual fucking, like, the lights going off. If you want to help and support me, please like, share, comment, subscription, or any kind of donation or anything like that is also very welcome. Thank you. 14 on the clock. You could be dealing with a 10. Pisces, anyway, a 5. Sagittarius, Taurus, Sagittarius, Taurus, Sagittarius, Taurus, Sagittarius, Taurus, Sagittarius, Taurus, energies 5. You might want to consider joining Patron. This will be on the first tier and also the full access one. Things are going to change this month. You will only more than likely see your star signs. There will be different things that come out hopefully through here. Some of them will be weeklies, but not all of them. Definitely not the first week, but I don't know. If you're on Patreon, you're obviously definitely going to get 4 lots of weeklies and stuff, but things in different places, but you'll have to... I'm sure you've seen Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter and me telling you this all the time. I'm going to change things up. Okay, so anyway, if you want to join Patreon, the link is below. Thanks very much, Pisces. I'll see you soon.